Right now, America's greatest ally in the Middle East, Israel, making the world a safer place, as brand new video shows Israeli forces striking more than 150 targets.
And this morning, we've got new details about how Israel took down Iran within killing 30 commanders by essentially tricking them into meeting and keeping them there, into a meeting and keeping them there until the attacks.
Brigadier General Effie Defrin is a spokesman for the Israeli Defense Forces.
Interesting voice.
He joins us now from Israel with an update. Welcome to Fox and Friends. Tell us what's the latest that you're seeing, what we can expect maybe over the next 72 hours.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. Thank you for this question. Let me first, at the outset, describe to you what Iran means for us in Israel. Iran is an existential threat to Israel. For years, they are developing their nuclear program. They are developing a missile program aimed to destroy Israel.
They were like a couple of days away
and they are spreading terror all over the region. Iran now it's becoming a nuclear power. It's only a matter of days, and from the moment they will decide and they will reach their nuclear capability, this is a very serious existential threat to Israel. They actually, they declare it out loud, all their leaders, repeatedly. And we cannot afford.
Yeah. Death to America, death to Israel. America's the big Satan. Israel's the small Satan. We get it. Like, you don't want those type of people to have a nuclear weapon. And what I'm hearing is that they were days away from actually making a nuclear weapon. So, I mean, what I think was happening the whole time is Israel was going to Trump saying, "Yo, we're gonna blast the shit out of these people." And Trump's like, no. Give them the path to peace first. Let's make a deal with them. And I think the whole time that they were trying to make a deal, they're kind of just like stalling because they knew that they almost had a nuclear weapon. And as long as Trump was being the nice guy, trying to go the path of peace, making a deal with them, they're like, we'll just keep stalling it until we get our nuclear weapon. Then we can send it off to Israel. Right, and get our revenge. And I think Israel the whole time was like, we need to bomb these guys. We need to take this stuff out. We are going to do it. We are going to do it. And Trump's just kept being like, back off. Let me work. And finally, I think what ended up happening was the deal for Iran was you can't have a nuke. You need to shut all that crap down. But we will help you become a very successful nation. And the last time that sent off the proposal, they basically said, nah, let's go and go touch grass, go pound sand. And I think that right there for Israel was, okay, well, they rejected it. We're firing. We're not going to wait any longer. We're firing right now. And Trump's like, oh, all right. That's what
having this threat on our necks. When they will have this nuclear power and the amount of missiles they are producing. This is an existential threat in addition to the nuclear problem. So this is what Iran is. Now, in the last almost, I would say, more than 24 hours, we launched an attack on Iran. The aim of this attack is to dismantle Iran's nuclear, some of its elements or its nuclear component, some component in its nuclear program, which is aimed to destroy Israel, and also their missile capabilities. We have launched, as you described before, we have launched this attack. We killed their military leadership. Just to give you an example, one of those who died at the meeting you just described is Mr. Ali Khajizadeh. He was the so-called Air Force commander of the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. This guy is an archi-terrorist. He is responsible for spreading terror all over the world. He's responsible for killing American soldiers on American bases all over the Middle East. He is the one who ordered the attack on the Aramco petroleum, facility in Saudi Arabia. And he, above all, he is the guy who is responsible for what they call the plan for the destruction of Israel. He is the guy who planned this plan. He shared it with their proxies all over the region. So for us, killing him and 30 more, about 30 of people like him, means removing a serious threat on Israel. Now, moving on with your question,
I really hope that Iran
I would say
just goes into
we paved the way in the last few hours
The
The
people
Israeli Air
themselves
Force
don't
has
want-
paved
don't
the way
want their government.
to
It's a
Tehran, the
dictatorship.
capital of Iran. Now we can act freely from West Iran all the way
Look
to
at all that rubble.
Tehran. And the Israeli Air Force is acting now above Tehran and West Iran itself.
That's crazy.
So,
Please.
over the past 36, 48 hours, has there been anything that has happened either in terms of you all's initial attack or Iran's response that has surprised you?
Yeah, everything.
Well, we made our assessments. We are fully aware of Iran's capability. I've described before their ballistic missiles capability. They have much more than what they have launched. What they have launched so far. Last night, they have launched 4 barrages of missiles to Israel.
Barrages.
The difference between us and them, we are aiming at military targets,
here,
and
right
they are
here.
aiming
This
at
is
our
it.
civilian, a center of civilian populated
That right there, yeah. Listen to what he has to say here. This is the difference between what Israel did with their missiles versus Iran. Iran, because of the Iron Dome, basically the only thing that you can really do to hit Israel is just shotgun, just shoot randomly and hope something hits. That's basically the only thing you can do. Whereas with Israel, they were precise, pristine, just exact shots, literal sniping with freaking rockets. And what they did was, maybe there's a little bit of collateral damage, AOE, but like what's actually happening is they're specifically shooting these high rises. So go figure, the uppers are always in a high rise. But they're precisely killing them without a lot of collateral damage. Whereas Iran indiscriminately just shoots. These missiles that end up going through could land on a freaking just a house out in the middle of, I don't know, a neighborhood. That's the whole point. Like Iran is they're terrorists. They're terrorists, and their only goal is to kill Americans, kill Israelites. And so, like, I'm not always for Israel because it seems like Israel is a little bit of a dictator to the rest of the Middle East. But I get it, I get it. When the Palestinians or not Palestinians, but when those Islamists, those extremist Islamists want you dead and they're doing everything in their power to try and kill you, I get it. It's the reason why they do what they do. It makes sense to me. But I mean, yeah, no, this when you have precise sniping shots to take out military leaders, and then the opposition just goes, shoot it into Israel, we don't care, just shoot it in there. Like, I wonder who the terrorists are here. Who are we cheering for?
Size to Israel. The difference between us and them, we are aiming at military targets, and they are aiming at our civilian, a center of civilian populated areas like the center of Tel Aviv. So we are not surprised. This is Iran. Our air defense systems are the best in the world, as you know, Iron Dome, Arrow, and so on and so forth. But it's not perfect, and some of those missiles hit
Just a little
the
background music,
Tel Aviv
right?
and its outskirts. We are ready for any other threat coming from Iran. We are ready for more barrages like this.
Yeah.
General Defrin, thank you for joining us. I know this is a tumultuous time for your country. Thank you for taking the time to join us today and
That's
speak
too
to the
loud, though.
American people
If
because
the
they're very
background music's too loud,
concerned.
let me know.
They want to know not just those in this country that support Israel, but those that have family in our own military. So let's hope that this resolution comes quick. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and we will prevail. Justice will prevail. Thank you very much.
Justice will prevail.